And with us now, live over the phone, is Ambassador Mohamed Hegazy, the former Assistant Foreign Minister, to give us an insight on the fast-moving developments, really, in the region, especially the Lebanon-Israel ceasefire. Good evening, Mr. Ambassador. Thank you very much for joining us.
My pleasure, Mohamed.
So, Mr. Ambassador, the world was expecting more of an Iran-U.S. extension of the ceasefire ordeal, and seemingly taken by surprise, maybe, I don't know, of the 10-day ceasefire between Lebanon and Israel. Your comments, sir, on that very important developments?
Indeed, Mohamed, this is a very important development. Bilateral ties between Lebanon and Israel, and if it comes as a direct result of the ongoing negotiation between the two parties and far from the Iranian table of discussion in Islamabad, then we are asserting sovereignty of Lebanon, and we are asserting that there is a good intention in the part of the Israelis to give peace a chance and to settle the situation in the south and to reach an agreement with Lebanon, which will light the end of the tunnel and at the same time will address the issue of armament of Hezbollah based on connected. One is related to the overall settlement that we all hoping for between Washington and Iran, in which will address all the conflictive issues that pertain to the Iranian U.S. standoff. And we will definitely address the overall arching security and cooperation structure that we all hoping for in the Middle East. At the same time, Lebanon is a key element of negotiation, but away from the direct table or the direct control of Iran, to be a unilateral achievement between Israel and Lebanon. This is an assertion of Lebanese sovereignty, as well as paving the way towards a much more comprehensive settlement that we are all hoping for.
Right. Mr. Ambassador, the Israeli Prime Minister has said that, he will respect the ceasefire, and he has agreed to U.S. President Donald Trump's call and request, but he also said that Israel will keep its presence in southern Lebanon, and we know that in the 40-plus days of the war, that Israel took larger swathes of territories in southern Lebanon, in addition to the 5 points or checkpoints that they had occupied in disrespect of the UN Resolution 1701. So how important, what do you think will happen here? I mean, can negotiations really happen without Israel's withdrawal from the territories it occupies? And this is in total disrespect, of course, of the sovereignty and unity and integrity of, and territorial integrity of Lebanon?
Mohamed, your question entails two parts. One is related to a ceasefire that we are talking about now, and the second, which is can resort to immediately whenever there is a disagreement, which will definitely identify the territorial borders between Lebanon and Israel as stipulated in 1701, and will also identify the maritime borders between the two countries and the economic zoning of each. So we have first to deal with the urgent, which is the ceasefire, which we have completed and achieved this evening. The second will be the two parties to reach a final agreement in which a withdrawal is expected, and implementation, a true implementation of 1701, in which the parties will fulfill their promises, and I think after the withdrawal of the Israelis, there will be no reason for arming Hezbollah, while the Lebanese army will take its rightful position at the border area, and I'm sure that maybe UNIFIL will still have a role to play till the settlement of the situation.
Very clear, Mr. Ambassador, focusing indeed, second time you mentioned that withdrawal should happen before disarmament. I mean, we really got it. We understand.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
Absolutely.
One final question, Mr. Ambassador, regarding the Washington-Tehran situation, and we're seeing really Islamabad, I mean, the Pakistani army chief going to Iran, going to the United States, back to Iran. Are you optimistic as to a holding of a second round of negotiations that could lead somewhere, or are we still at risk of a return to military hostilities? Because when you hear the words coming from the U.S. President and the U.S. administration, at one given second you feel the war is over, and in another moment you feel we're going back to full military confrontation.
Well, Mohamed, I think the right missiles, as well as the situation pertaining to arms of Iran acting in the region, particularly Hezbollah, Houthi, and the Iraqi militia belonging or supporting Iran. Those are issues. If we are now able to settle and to address the fear of the Iranian of a renewal of attacks, to address the Gulf security, as well as the regional security. But back again, Mohamed, to your previous comment, which is the handover of arms after reaching an agreement. We had a very clear example in the IRA situation. The IRA did not hand over their arms till they signed the Good Friday Agreement. That time, there was a light at the end of the tunnel through which they have deposited their arms at the UN custody till the Good Friday Agreement is implemented. And that was the sequence of events. Same will happen with Hezbollah, the Israeli-Lebanese agreement. And then after the Israeli withdrawal and demarcation and the army occupy its position, then hand over the armament is logical, and it is a must.
Thank you very much, as always, Your Excellency, for your fruitful input and your insight. We thank very much on behalf of you, dear viewers, Ambassador Mohamed Hegazy, the former Assistant Foreign Minister, commenting on the fast flow of events here in the region. Thank you very much, Mr. Ambassador. And